Hello, and welcome to Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. Today, based on recent pace, I'll probably try to get a couple monsters done in the 10-star village. Oops, wrong button. Didn't skip it. But one of them will have to be a capture quest for Deviljho, because I want to upgrade it. But there's also a Deviljho reward plus quest here. So I'll probably do that one first. I don't know if it is resistant or immune to exhaust. I could check, but I'd rather just assume that there's a chance. So I'm gonna switch to a power weapon for more damage, which is probably the better weapon anyway. I don't know how, I don't know if I fought a Deviljho outside of the weirdly aggressive, like, advanced quest. Well, it's not a weird, Deviljho's not more aggressive, but like the advanced quest version, so I really don't know how it's gonna go. It's definitely not up here, but I'd feel like a huge fool if it was, and I didn't check. But like, yeah, it's not surprising that it isn't up there, considering how would it get there? It can't fly. But now I have to locate it. I have no idea where it's gonna be. I don't know what to think about Deviljho. Like the advanced quest version did not feel very fun because it was an advanced quest, HP padded, damage boosted compared to, you know, low rank equipment. So the only thing I can compare it to is from World. And I didn't enjoy the fight in World because it roared a lot. And not like productive roars, but it roared and then did nothing and then roared, and it was very frustrating. So I hope it doesn't roar as much, but considering Rajang shoots 6 lasers in a row, I really don't have much expectation by way of it not roaring like 3 times in a row. He's running away. He's a coward. Oh. I also think it's too tall. Very long legs. Which makes it more annoying trying to hit it. But it's actually not too tall, just tall. Not a... that AoE is kind of huge. Like, it just does a big hit. It's interesting, though. Though, actually, I mean, while fighting it, I don't really have anything... if I don't have anything to say, I've been... thinking about puzzle games today. Or technically yesterday, but that's not really important. Puzzle games are quite interesting, and I don't know. That just made me think of how there's a puzzle Monster Hunter game, but it's not really. It's a... oh, the wound thing. Yeah. It's less a puzzle game as it is a Bejeweled game, which is sort of a puzzle game, but Ooh, that's an annoying ground tremor. Wow. I kind of like this. It feels a little more interesting than Worlds so far. Because it's, I don't know, visually it's more interesting. Because the World version felt like it really relied on the, I don't know, dragon breath element to do most of the heavy lifting, where this, it just kind of looks chunky. Maybe I missed something in the World fight. The one, like, mandatory hunt that you have to do for questing. But that's annoying. It doesn't need to go 3 times, but... What is it doing? Yeah, it moves more than I would like. The 3 hits is fine, because if you're in front of it and you're trying to escape, it makes sense. It's just once it's already missed, it feels kind of annoying that it keeps going. Which it is an opening, so a longer opening is more useful, but... It doesn't help that for aerial I can only really hit its center, so I have to aim for its legs if I want to consistently jump. Which it moves around, so it's hard to hit. I probably need to accept that sometimes I need to just attack on the ground. I pressed the sheath before that, but it didn't accept it. At least that tail looks like it should actually hit, which is kind of... It's not always the case that the attacks look like they should hit, so that's at least good. But I don't know, puzzle games are neat, and it's sort of... Just right back to puzzle games, because I don't know, it's kind of boring as far as monsters go so far. There's not really much of interest. Except how that frustrates me. But yeah, there's so many puzzle games that exist, and I don't play them enough. Oh, that's... Yep. Puzzle games are, you know, a good way to exercise your brain and all. They're, like, beneficial. This game doesn't really teach much. That attack goes on way too long. That's a huge waste of time. The 3 hits is long, but like 5 or 6 that was is way too many. Yeah, like, this doesn't really teach much. These Monster Hunter games, like... There's, like, maybe thinking in minor... aggressive... situations, but... It's never that intense. It's not like it would teach you how to deal with real stressful situations. Okay, it's roaring a bunch. Like, it's roared a couple times, but it's not real roars, so that's fine. Like, roars that just make you sit there are annoying. There's so many puzzle games, like... Oh... A game that was very popular at the time it released, and I think it's just, well, like... is great. Baba Is You, very funny name. That... It's a funny name and it fits the premise, the setup, perfectly, to my understanding. It's really cool. Like, it's a fun... It's well made, that, like, name... And the relation between... Okay, that felt weird. It was fine, but that attack was a lot quicker than I would have expected. So I need to speed up. Oh, that was further to the right than I was hoping. But it was totally reasonable, just... I wasn't expecting it to be so far over. Oh, that's annoying. I knew that was going to happen eventually. Yep. Yep, that was never escapable at that point. Nope. Oh, my delayed stand-up didn't doom me. Okay, I'm in a bad location. Oh good, it wore off. It's not in the anger form. In rage, whatever, I mean, that attack is so casual. It really doesn't look like a tail attack. It just looks like it's turning. Ground tremors. Cat, get over here. You're not attacking us. What are you doing? You're mining? Why is my Palico mining? Like, you're being attacked by a Deviljho. Either fight back or run away. That was weird looking. That was a very weird attack. Like, those bites, it, like, cuts into it. It, like, steps back and bites in to get really close. Wow. Yeah. Because, like, the way it ends with it stepping back after the bite is sort of indicative of how it's like biting super close to itself in a way that is kind of unnatural, not unnatural, but inconvenient. Which makes it look weird when the attack happens. Oops. Yep. Yeah, I need to play more. I feel I need to play more puzzle games. And just different types. Good, for the brain. Not the main reason, it's more variety for myself and just in general, but there's a lot of really clever puzzles that people can make for puzzle games. Like, I've never played it. I don't know if I ever would because it's a difficult game, but like The Witness is, I believe, fairly impressive. There's a spoof version that's called The Looker, which is pretty funny, while still being a fairly genuine puzzle game. Pretty short, but still, like, genuine. That was lucky that they were attacking my cat, not me. What? There's viewfinder. A bunch of stuff has been mentioned to me recently as well. It's always just different genres are always interesting to like get into now and then. Like roguelike games. Roguelite. A weird distinction. Wait, he's gonna spin again? I actually don't hate this, I'm gonna say, installment of the spin attack, because it has a different impact to it compared to the normal version. Like it's different than Rathian, it's different than most of those other ones that just repeat the exact same tail attack. This one actually has, I don't know, a unique impact to it. Not the time to drink water. Oof. Oh, that's not right. I should have flown the other direction. I hate the tail attack, but not for the reason I usually dislike it. I usually dislike it because it's boring and repetitive. This one I dislike it because it feels kind of awkward. Just stop attacking, wow. Just, you're hitting nothing. Stop attacking. I hate how much it steps back. But at least if you just back away, you're fine, it seems. Yeah, it's really short reach, so just stay away and you're fine. You know, like with Baba Is You, I'm just, you know, freeform, whatever pops into my head. With Baba Is You is kind of a funny premise, you know? I wonder whether it started with the name somehow, or if they were like, okay, here's the premise, how do we come up with a funny name and incorporate it, like... It seems like the type of game that could have started with its title. Been like, okay, Baba Is You is the name of the game. Then working from there in some sort of backwards manner. Not like an intentional, oh, start from a name, go back, but more a name pops into their head and then Baba Is You. What would this game be? It's a game where you use words to modify what the rules of the world. You switch them around and you can deal with it. Baba Is You? No. Rock is you. Baba is fence. Baba is rock. Don't know what that would actually do. I've never played it. I just know about some of the words because they're in the... There's a bunch of pictures, you know, on Steam. And in other places. It's like, oh. Baba Is You. Rocks, keys, locks and stuff. Ooh, ooh. I was about to say it hasn't done a grab. I really need to get some dung bombs next time I fight a Deviljho. I think that without dung bombs I might be in a world of hurt. Okay, it's not there. It's definitely the one where it dug. Just the lines don't line up very clearly. Yeah, it doesn't really line up well. Oop. That felt weird that I got hit, but again, it's because it hits really close to itself somehow. That... That jump hitting me with its legs felt a little funny. Reasonable, just funny. It hasn't roared too often. As in more than I would enjoy. It hasn't done like multiple roars in a row yet. Were Deviljho in world when it would show up as an invader or whatever the term is, would be annoying because it would roar a lot. Though I think Basil Juice was more of an issue for that. It roared a lot. Lucky. Okay, the weapon should be away. Yeah, that bite is really weird to me. I think it's totally fine. It's just, I don't know, it's faster than I expect when contrasted with his other attacks. It's like the second bite in that multi-attack chain just feels like it comes out a lot quicker than I would expect. That probably shouldn't have hit that hard. Yeah, because the first swing is slow and then this follow-up is quick. Like it moves a lot faster on every one of those after the first. Or at least it seems to. Again, phase change roars are fine. They're annoying, but acceptable. That's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm a fan. Like, it's meant to be a dangerous fight, and that's fair. It hits hard, but it's really not very interesting so far. Like, maybe the Master Rank version's more interesting, but at least in this game it doesn't have, so far, it doesn't have that, like, pick a fight effect that in World it had, because you're not going to get turf wars and stuff. Where like, a monster picking up and thrashing another monster is cool. It's helpful for the player sometimes. Where this is just a little bit and nothing. Somehow I didn't land on the other side. Always frustrating. When sometimes you land on the other side when you're not trying to, and then when you're trying to stay on, when you're trying to get to the other side, you don't. It's always frustrating when that happens. Maybe I just need to delay the initiation of the attack a little bit longer than I do. Yeah, I think the biggest negative for me is how it steps a lot. Like, it attacks and then it steps back. Like it did there. Attack, step back. Attack, step back. Which is, it makes sense. It's good for a monster to do, but it makes it really annoying to hit. When they move that much sort of as a free step after an attack. It's like if you're playing a tabletop role-playing game, and an enemy gets like a free move after every attack to get like 5 feet, 1 unit of movement away, without like opportunity or whatever other system names are for taking advantage of someone moving through your space. Like, is that sort of obnoxious, like, keep away sort of effect? Yo, I can't go forward because... Oh, actually I got far enough because I got stuck on the tree. Like, tree root or ruins that it landed on saved me. Yep, limping, good. Because if it hadn't hit that, preventing it from going further back, I think I would have gotten blasted there, and I would have been close to death. It would have been very close. Oh. Don't block my view. Aptonoth? Or is that the turtley ones? I think these are the Aptonoths. I don't... Oh, unfortunate on the food ticking down right now. I actually intentionally didn't eat because I was one level of hunger higher than I am now. But that was the point at which I'm not comfortable with the stamina management if it gets that low. Even if I wasn't rolling to jump attack every single attack I do, I would still be... Oh, don't you dare. Yeah, I could have assumed where it would go, but I wouldn't know for sure. Rough. I wonder what this monster's HP is. It seems like it's pretty high. I'm gonna keep going this way. I'm gonna keep circling. I could probably go down and around, it might be better, but... I think from here I can hop down to where the Deviljho would be. Which might be just as efficient as any other path. Kind of weird, planning ahead for things. Planning, thinking. That's not the best place for it to be waiting. Okay, good. It's asleep. Okay, cats. Actually, hey there, my cow. I can work with this. Don't do that to me. Yeah, most of it. Probably better to go for the normal hits. More likely to mount that way. Good leg hits. Unfortunate. Yeah, kind of unfortunate. I might die right now. Lucky. Yep, I'm dead. I can't escape that. Great timing on the death. I got greedy. I got slightly unlucky. But it was greed that led to the bad luck. Both attacks I went for was unlucky. He was going for the side slam. But I shouldn't have gone for the attacks that I went for. If I'd just gone a little slower, not attacked in that scenario, it would have been fine. You know what? Just grab a map. Oh, I have to eat a max potion. Which means I have to craft a max potion. Guess I'll shock trap him. Or try to. Even if it's almost over, he can like two-shot me. So I still need to use the max potion. He might even be able to one-shot me. I'm not sure. I've never understood tinged meat. I think you use it and then it eats it, but I've never used it and then had a monster eat it. Which kind of, if they don't eat it, then what's the point? But maybe it's, you have to place it appropriately and then worry about this or that. I mean, it should be like 2 hits from dead. Is it eating it? It is. And it electrocutes it. Okay. Maybe some monsters just don't take the bait? Like, maybe it's more effective on ones like Deviljho that are just hungry? That death was okay. I learned something from it. That you can just place the tinged meat right in front of it when it's already angry at you. And it will sometimes do something. And that seems like if you could rely on it eating it, it would help a lot with captures. Because that paralysis lasted a while. And it was a lot quicker to place the meat, a lot less risk than setting down a trap. Of course, that's even more resources that take up even more space in your inventory, so it doesn't really balance out probably, but... Oh, it's been a while since I carded. I just missed, but that's fine. It's good to practice failure. Because a single cart is a failure. Because it's a waste of time. Carting once means losing time, and that's just... Time is... What is with these terrible rewards? Why are these 10-star missions giving me the bottom tier talismans? Or charms, or whatever they were called. I wasn't paying attention. Because the name doesn't matter. Charm, talisman, same thing. But depending on the game. Is it going to be useful? Probably not. Yep. As expected. So that was a mission from a person, so I'm going to have to turn that in, but I have a hunt to do. Time for the Deviljhos, but with an exhaust weapon. Because yeah, I gain a bit of defense, which is not huge. And I have power file. The slots are totally wasted because I have nothing to use there. We have a 4 sheathing. I thought I got like a 7. But it might have only been 4. But if I had like an 8 sheathing, then I could get to 10. 1 vault, totally useless. The bleeding is the only one that I have that's actually like good on its own. Ooh, -9 bleed. Rough. Okay, sheathing, +4. It's a lot of... Oh, actually, 9 dragon resist is, like, almost good on its own. If I needed dragon resist. Ooh, a +9 bleeding. I missed that. Probably because it wasn't useful by itself. I don't know what Psychic does. And that won't tell me. Whatever, bye. I switched my weapon. Gotta focus. This is a capture quest. Wherever it is. Oh, it got pushed down. I knew it was here. It got pushed down by the Deviljho quest showing up. V Hollow. Oh no, please no. I hate Volcanic Hollow. It's the worst map. In my opinion. Pretty sure this set can't craft more max potions. So the max potions only stay in case I die. Okay. This is my least favorite zone in the game. This slope is awful. I'm checking down here in case it's there, because this is a dead end. And if it's there, then I don't have to come back and check later, but I also have to climb back up now. I actually imagine it's probably not worth... That's annoying. It's kind of cool. It's annoying, but it's cool. It's very Jurassic Park. It actually is probably better to skip that and go elsewhere, because the time spent climbing up would probably be better spent running around. Yeah, this zone has all these ledges. It's 90% slope. 80% maybe is more accurate, but like it's mostly slope. And slopes in this game are not good. I mean, slopes in Wild's first beta were not good. So it's kind of expected that slopes in an even older game were pretty bad. Considering they have not even fixed it now. Steve? Oh, this set only has 4 paintballs. I need to fix that. I keep forgetting. Steve the Acorn Man. I did hit. That's all that matters. It's such a funny visual, because it really looks like an acorn. Not an acorn. That's not the right word. Pine cone. Steve the Pinecone Man. Except it's not necessarily a man, but... Oh, it's not a man, because it's a dragon wyvern creature, so it's not human. So you wouldn't call it a man, but... Regardless, it is a pinecone creature. Which I find very funny. It actually is kind of Pokemon-ish in a weird way. Like it could be a Pokemon, not the exact visual, but like the oh, that was kind of unlucky. Like the pinecone head dragon wyvern could absolutely be like a normal flying, normal dragon type monster. Like, it would fit, and it would just shoot pine cones or stuff like that. Or it could also be a grass type because pine cones. Though it's still a bit brown for grass type, though I think there are, you know, non-green grass types. That's obnoxious. That triple explosion thing is really annoying. And all these ledges are also not my favorite, but... yeah, like a pinecone guy. Would fit very... it would very much fit the Pokemon aesthetic. It could have some sort of... I can't remember the name of the move that shoots like 10... between 3 and 10 times, or 2 and 5. The various multi-hit moves. Is there an acorn shot ability, or is that a totally different video game? Or is it both? I'm probably thinking acorn shot is the name because of character in Dota 2. And that's not... Dota 2 is not Pokemon. Who'da thunk? Dota 2 is not Pokemon. Come on. And of course this setup doesn't have a... antidotes. Because it shouldn't need it against this monster, but... random trash mob poisons me. Doesn't last too long at least, but still. It is a nuisance when you get poisoned by a trash tier mob that's not even a threat. Yeah, that triple hit stuff is kind of annoying. And the instant paralysis on these is also pretty rough, but it seems like a short-term paralysis, so that helps. Makes it a little bit less annoying. Can't use a max potion, those are if I die. Cart. Not die. Now back to Pokemon. You don't die. You black out and show up in the Pokestop Pokemon Station. I've not played one of the classics in a long time. Oh, what are they called? Pokestops are Pokemon Go. Which, despite having basically never played it, is still like... stuck in the brain because people talked about it a lot, because that's the easy reference people can make. Now I can't figure it out. Oh, it could be Pokestop. Also, I'm thinking the exhaust was not a useful choice. Given that it hasn't gotten exhausted yet and it's still hyper quick, it's worthless. It has not helped this fight in the slightest, though I think some of the flinches might be because of the exhaust file. But it took way too long to exhaust it for it to have been worth taking over better raw damage. Like, exhaustion is nice when it eventually hits, but if it doesn't hit until this far into the fight, it just feels kind of needless. Unless it actually lasts, which would be nice as well. Could make it worth it. It has to be Poke Station, right? Nurse Joy works at... The words just... It doesn't flow. That didn't look like limping. But I still have to worry. Don't you... Thank you. Okay, Airblade, good. I need to... Yeah, Whetstone's worth it. Pokemon Center. It is a Pokemon Center. Did it just roar? It did, but I wasn't in the zone yet, so it just looked weird on the screen. Yeah, the exhaustion didn't last very long. Like, unless it kicks in again real quick, it does not feel worth it. At least for this monster. Maybe there are others where it would be useful. And I think at least, I'm pretty sure exhaust file leads to flinches, which is more than just them being tired. And maybe that's all that exhaust file does. It doesn't actually lead to the exhaustion as quickly. But I mean, if that's the case, then it's useful, but not what I really care about. Come on. I know I have to run away from it because the location of the explosion is where you're running, but it doesn't make it any less of a nuisance. Should attack the face, not the feet. What about Seregios breaks your weapon so much? Like, it's broken my weapon a whole lot more. Do some of its attacks, like, reduce sharpness or something? That shouldn't have hit. Based on the angle that it was there at, that should have hit though, so that's fair. It's an even trade. That also should have hit. Which I guess means in the short term I've come out on top. I should probably focus the arms if I need air blades, or I think that's the name of the part that I need 5 of. And I got 1 of earlier. Oops, that looked like it should have hit, but I think it was fine that it didn't. But if the air blades can only be dropped as, like, dropped and collected mid-hunt, unlikely to work out. Shoot. Of course the paintball just wore off recently. Yeah, this is more sharpening than I use in, like, 4 average hunts. 3 whetstones used so far. Oh, if it's not here, then where is it? Is it to the left? Or is it down? It's not here, but it could be down this... Not there. I thought that was a walking. Oh, Nope, I see where I jumped. It just wasn't quite as obvious because I wasn't paying attention. What the? I actually thought this was a zone that couldn't have large monsters in it because of how awkward it would be. But I guess they proved me wrong. Okay, I need to remember this is a capture quest. Steve, get over here. I guess I drink some water. Well, that was a good water break. This is an obnoxious place to try to fight you. It's just stuck in a corner. Like... I feel like I need to capture it. I don't think it was limping when it traveled here, but it was flying, so it's a bit hard to judge. Nope. What? It missed. Lucky. I think this monster might be kind of rough to trap if it's going to constantly fly like that. That's a good way to get damage in on parts. Perfect, actually. Got it on the explosion. Decent. I mean, the flinching is nice. I don't think it was much better feeling. Oh, wait, no. That's what it is. I'm sharpening because I'm not using the OXO switch, so I'm not getting free sharpness. That's what it is. I forgot. I got too used to the free sharpness. Ooh, good air blades. I got way too used to that, so I forgot that that's not how it works with any other weapon, because I've been only using that weapon for so long. Or earlier variants of it. Which means I should be using more weapons instead of just the one. I don't think I have enough, but... Oops, wrong one. This one. Hey, I did get enough. Nice. I get 20 more raw and white sharpness. Glavinus Pyro Shell and a Dissenter. Barren Defiance. Yeah, that seems pretty doable. Glavinus, simple. Probably a rare Seregios drop. And that's 10 more attack, that's it. Not bad. That's presumably where this weapon caps out in high rank. Maybe there's one more. I don't know, but the crown must mean something. But that's the hunts for today. The Deviljho took a very long time. I think I should check the stats. I need to go pick up another thing from the cat, don't I? But I need to finish this. I missed what I actually needed. Oh, I got one Kezu, thank you. I didn't get anything I needed from it, but they did get me the Kezu even though I was barely there. Now I have to go let my cats rest. Do they rest even if I don't send them on the cat nap? They might. If I just let them sit there doing nothing. Yeah, I need to check if the Deviljho has like super high HP. Because it was just very slow. Compared to what I would have expected. Okay, scale reference. This one had about between 7.2 and 7.6k HP. The village 6-star has 6.6k, and it's not the only monster in that hunt. There's still 2 monsters after it. Five destroyer. Still only 1 vault. I want, like, you know, 10 vault. Okay, but I was actually here to talk to this person. A blueprint for a gun and a scepter. Another advanced quest. And there's still 6-star quests. It's all 6-star. Everywhere. Which is fine, just... why? Oh yeah, but the advanced quest Deviljho has 4.8 multiplier to attack. And this one had 3.4. So it's harder, probably, even though it has less HP. Because it still has a ton of HP. Where, very briefly, Deviljho has 5k HP. So yeah, Deviljho has a lot more HP. Like 40%, about 40% more HP. Which makes sense if it takes a little more than 40% more time. But it is time for me to wrap up. I have a slightly upgraded with switch axe for next time. And I will be continuing with the 10-star. I should talk to those other villages first though, before I continue. But I'll decide that in the future. So, have a nice day. Bye bye.